running for cover.
Hey, welcome to Quoth the Raven. This is Mike Dimon. We are smack dab in the middle of season 4, and our guest today is Tom O'Connor. Tom is a consummate musician. His band, the Nolanauts, brings the funk to everywhere they play. But on a larger note, Tom saw an opportunity during COVID when everything was shut down, where musicians had no place to play. Tom took things to the next level. He created the most unique venue, live performance, streaming, recording, video and audio, and he does this for all of the regional musicians, and he doesn't charge them anything. They have live streaming shows, some small amount of live audience, and he does this all at his house. It is a truly, truly amazing and wonderful service that Tom has provided. The music you've been listening to is his band, the Nolanauts, and there'll be links below. Thank you. Enjoy. What I want to talk to Tom about is the Jive Hive. I think the Jive Hive is one of the most unique venues probably in the nation. So, first of all, tell us what the Jive Hive is.
The Jive Hive is a carriage house that is literally about 40 feet away from my house. 1838 farmhouse back in the day. It used to be near SUNY, where SUNY Albany is, and I don't know, a few years ago, my bands have always played there. It's a beautiful, rustic old carriage house, and we just started during the pandemic, since nobody was playing and all the touring was canceled, and I wasn't traveling for work anymore. I decided to make it a live stream, like a professional live stream place and recording studio. And essentially, since then, we've probably, in the last couple of years, 150 plus bands have been there to do recordings and live broadcasts and video stuff. And we do it for free. It's got a crew, we call them the Jive Hive 5, that got professional video guys, audio guys, graphics guys, and lighting guys. And we essentially we give all kinds of bands a chance. Young bands, old bands. We have a lot of fun.
There's a real eclectic mix, and you don't audition people. There's no, right? They don't have to send you their press packet, right? There's none of that. It's just come play.
Yeah,
right.
We do whatever you want. Like, I'll give you this. This week we had an attack. Anyway, we had this two-piece punk band play there on Monday, and they were hilarious. It turned out good. Just a guitar and drums, and we filmed their stuff, and the name of their band is Rouge. So we put a video filter that, like, everything, the whole video is red.
Where did you get the idea to do this? I mean, it's one thing to have an idea. Oh, it'd be great to have a live stream place. It'd be great to have, a place where people can play. It's another thing to actually do it.
Yeah, so that's where a little bit of luck and trips around the sun help a little bit. And
try to head up.
I've been having fun going exactly. We are going backwards, aren't we?
Yeah, that's why I was saying let's head up.
It's for work. I used to travel all the time for work, and when we got grounded, I literally had an entire life again, and like that, I wasn't on airplanes, and I sat around and I started thinking of all the things I could do, and I just had the idea to for myself to do it, but then it was like, why do it unless it's going to be for some sort of community benefit? And it's just started with friends that had bands at first, and then word started getting out, and then people, some of the folks here, they found us on Instagram and reached out to us and asked if they could come and help. and now they're part of the whole thing, and everybody, like I say, they do it for free, and it's just it's really gratifying. And if we were doing it as a business, to give you a perspective, to do what we do, it's probably at least $5,000, probably between $5,000 and $10,000, to really do what we do per show,
per event, right?
Per show. So I have my drummer in my band, the Nolanauts, is a lawyer, and I'm like, I think we should become a not-for-profit, because we've certainly given away, almost $1 million of services, really. And then last night, you guys know Matt Mirabile?
Yep.
Phenomenal blues player, and Matt had said, "Hey, some of my pro friends are going to be in town, and could we come and do like a jam session?" So by the time it was done, it happened yesterday. So it was Matt, and then I forget everybody's name, but Jill Hughes was singing, and it just was a. I recall we didn't broadcast it, but it was a phenomenal show that you couldn't find a show like this if you wanted to.
Right.
And it's like when your band plays, like MBSD plays, it's just I think that everybody gets so relaxed about it once you get there, that it brings out that extra 10% or whatever you have. Yeah.
And I think that vibe comes down to something that you once told me, which is, if you want to come to the Jive Hive, what's the rule?
First of all, you get invited to the Jive Hive, and then, but once you're there, the guiding principle is you can come back to the Jive Hive. Just let it, say, hey, I want to come by, and you can bring friends. So, but when you bring friends, just you can make sure that you would leave them home alone in your house, totally wasted. And then everybody's got like 10 friends, and you know which 2 friends are not coming to the Jive Hive. The other rule is the only that's a guiding principle. The only actual rule is that is don't fuck up the table is the only other rule, and that's because it started because the bar that we inherited when we bought the place was from the Ten Eyck Hotel in downtown Albany from the 1800s. That got, when they demolished it, that the bar top and the bar back ended up at the Jive Hive.
Oh, that wasn't me who scratched my name into it.
No. But I have seen your woodwork on your tiller, and you'd be at least...
You could see some of the big mistakes we made.
You could be at least capable of repairing it. But so that's the don't fuck up the table part is, it's kind of like it is literally don't screw up the bar. But it's also like it's my house. Treat it like it's your house, So.
And your wife is a saint because she cooks for you guys and all that stuff, and she's got to put up with all these musicians who might otherwise be homeless.
Yeah, that's
coming to her home.
That does happen. The other thing, I don't know. There's this old there's an old country song where it says. Gonna hire a wino to decorate our home so that you don't have to roam. For her husband is a woman singing it. So Stacy's literally like, people like, don't you worry about him. She's like, he's either here or he's there. That's all he is. And she's a saint. She makes band rehearsal dinners, 15, 20 people sometimes a week. It's crazy.
Tell us a little bit about the Nolanauts, because that's where you're bringing the funk, right?
Yeah, Nolanauts. Yeah, I just love New Orleans music, New Orleans funk, and my college roommate was from New Orleans and brought me down in like 1982, and first time I was there, got there, I drove all night from up northeast and went to brunch on Sunday at Antoine's, which is the oldest restaurant in New Orleans and a fine dining experience. So we walked back through the regular people and into this like kind of a big private, like a 20-15 table like back room, family waiter for 35 years or something, and first oysters Rockefeller, first the Sazerac, first shrimp etouffee. And it get done, and I said, Mr. Perigine, I go, I really want to thank you for taking, for you didn't have to do this, this is not even required, please, thank you. He looks at me, he's like, boy, he goes, we do this every week. And I looked at my buddy, I'm like, Alex, your sister's at college, right? He's like, yeah. I go, I'm staying in her room. And that's like the New Orleans start. And like first show I was at Tipitina's. I saw the Radiators down there, and Mike gonna want me to tack any minute now.
Yeah.
And
we tack.
I go to Jazz Fest every year.
Okay, so try to point after this tack. Try to point up as high as we can.
Okay.
Because we're not making too much. If you look at across the way.
Yeah, I know.
We're not really making that much headway. We want to get up. It'd be nice to get up to the old marina. Say hi. Give him a toot.
All right. Well, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that, pointing really beautifully. Let me get a shot of that. Let me get a shot of that. I'll show you where we are here. So it's a good thing that we missed those two barges coming in opposite directions.
Yeah, I'm getting a sailing lesson at the same time, and I got a Chris here is my other instructor, and he's a ex-helicopter pilot, and I see the look of fear in his eyes when I tack.
If you ever all been to New Orleans around the Mardi Gras time, kind of feels like this every day. Let's do that. Well, I cracked my day in the back of town. Mardi Gras was coming around. Said, baby, what you wanna do? Lodge in charge on the avenue. Let's sneak on up to the neutral ground. Million freaks zigzagging around. Lit up floats and raining beads. Boogie to the beat, St. Augustine's. Party on neutral ground, squeeze the avenue. Down on neutral ground, catch some music, shoot. Start off neutral ground, marching down the parade. It's a Mardi Gras party, Mardi Gras. I just got off first go call. Corpse Revival filled it up. His shoes was bearing down. Wiggle and a wobble on the neutral ground. Party on neutral ground, squeeze the avenue. Jump off neutral ground, catch your music, shoot. Slide on neutral ground, marching the parade. Party on the neutral ground, party on the neutral ground, party on the neutral ground, party on the neutral ground. road. This Mardi Gras party never gets old. Party on, loose around, squeeze the avenue. Jump on, loose around, catch your music shoes. Slide on, loose around, marching all the way. If a party, party on, loose around, squeeze the avenue. Jump on, loose around, catch your music shoes. Slide on, loose around, marching all the way. If a party,
So talking about, you're now a couple of years into
Jive Hive.
Jive Hive, and so what's on the horizon?
So we take pretty much. Somebody gave us Jive Hive rocks glasses. It says if you make noise, you can come, and so we're pretty ecumenical about it. But what we really liked is we've done a couple of specials, like TV show specials. So we did a Halloween special for a Christmas special in the first year, and then a Halloween special last year, and it's been tons of fun. So what we wanted to start doing is getting more like bands that want to like do a real concept, like a concept thing, like do like a show, have interviews, and just give it more than just a performance. So,
Right.
So that's kind of like what we're Jive Hive 2.0 in terms of where we want to go with it, and because there's a lot of great music, but we realize that like literally like we could be open every day of the week and never get through all the bands. And it's not that we don't want bands, but we want bands that have really strong creative vision about stuff.
Well, it's interesting because I've always thought that our area has a lot of creativity and a lot of really good players and a lot of really interesting music, but there's just not a whole lot of venues. And from my personal viewpoint, what I've seen is since COVID and the reopening, a lot of venues have gotten much more conservative, tribute bands, cover bands, doing the stuff that they believe that they can sell and not taking the risk of bringing in original music. And so that's just my take on it. I don't know.
You're absolutely right. I mean, like there's some notable exceptions, like places like No Fun in Troy. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. But they're a business, and they got to operate it like it. So we're more like a workshop that happens to feel like it should be a business. Just with the way the music industry is fundamentally, unrecognizable, compared to what it was even 5 years ago because of all the streaming and all that stuff and the way people consume music. It's that the kids, I use that term, broadly, but they're all into the DIY thing, and but the one thing everybody gets right, and like bands like the Grateful Dead and Fish, down the line, it's like it's your live show, it's having people. It's not the music, it's the entire being out there. A lot of creative merch ideas that these bands are coming up with.
Well, it's interesting. Years ago, when you and I were much younger, bands toured to support their record.
Right.
Now they tour to sell merch.
Yeah.
Because they don't make money on records, on recording.
You don't. It's,
No.
It's only, maybe you get lucky with a sync,
Right.
and you place a tune or something. But yeah, it's all about live, and it's really, I don't like call anybody out, but like you mentioned the tribute bands. I mean, there's some killer musicians that are playing in killer tribute bands. But the world didn't stop in 1970 or 1980 or 1990.
Right.
And it just seems like it's more of a nostalgia type of thing than it is something that's living and breathing. They do a really great job. It's like, it's not the musicianship, but the artistic stuff's happening at like the Jive Hive level.